I was diagnosed with an eye condition called macular dystrophy, Stargardt's, which meant I was losing my central vision. And so in the classroom, I would no longer be able to see to read a book, use a computer, or see the blackboard in my day, or whiteboard. It was, you know, news that they had never expected, they'd never had before, that now one of their children was a disabled kid. And that made me very different. I had a lot to deal with, a lot of barriers, a lot of you know, things that would change in ways that I never thought possible. And the doctors, when they were telling me this news, they weren't very helpful, in that they were quite negative. They kept on saying, Dervis, when you grow up you won't be able to drive, you won't be able to do this, you won't be able to do that. And so I had a lot to deal with. Fortunately enough, the second thing that was going to change my life occurred, and that was I began to learn how to swim at Britannia Leisure Centre. In the swimming pool I didn't need to be able to read that book or use a computer. All I needed to be able to do was go from one end of the pool to the other. For a number of years I increased it to over 10 swimming sessions a week, 2 gym-based sessions, over 50,000 metres in a week. That's the equivalent of doing 2,000 laps in Kinsale swimming pool. I was getting good at it, I was getting better, I was getting faster, and so I went to the trials, and I'd been to the regionals, I went to the nationals, and all that was left for me was to go to an international competition. And so the following year I was determined to go to an international, and so I said, I went to Sheffield. You know, for a boy who was in Hackney, who'd never left Hackney before, you know, got as far as Tower Hamlets and I thought I was in the middle of nowhere, I was now being taken to Sheffield. Anything important. So my mum's got the letter, she's reading what it says, I don't know what's going on, and eventually she looked up and she said, son, you have just been selected to represent Great Britain at the 1996 Paralympic Games as one of the youngest members. And that, you know, was the start of that little boy's, from Hackney, international career. 4 games, I've been to Atlanta, Sydney, Athens and Beijing. I've been to 3 World Championships, I've been to 4 European Championships, I've won 35 international medals, 14 of those gold, thankfully. Now, a bit of a game I play with the primary school kids when we go, eh Dave? What colour are they?
Bronze.
Bronze. How many gold did I say I won?
14.
Oh, they are listening, Dave. Yeah, slight test just to make sure you're not snoozing. Yeah. So pass them round, Dave.
I've seen it before. So
yeah.
you're amazed how